In 2002, the Holy Land was imploding.
War zones, the Mideast and chaos.
Bombings, raids, checkpoints, and a war that wasn't just fought on the streets, but through television screens. This was 2 years into the Second Intifada, meaning Second Uprising. It will go down as one of the bloodiest chapters in the entire Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Every day the world watched, both sides knew that controlling the narrative mattered almost as much as controlling the ground. But one of the strangest and most powerful examples of that battle was quietly erased from the headlines. It's March 29th, 2002. Operation Defensive Shield has been officially launched by the RDF to prevent the ongoing wave of sacrificial attacks in Israel.
Another Palestinian suicide attack.
In March alone, 15 had happened, an average of one attack every 2 days. This would later be known as Black March. The IDF's first target is Ramallah, a city located in the West Bank. It's famously known to be the home of Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, whom they believe is behind these attacks. Within hours, the Israeli forces have encircled his compound, where fierce gunfighting ensues.
Today we found Israeli tanks inside Arafat's headquarters, constantly prowling the grounds and what's left of the outer wall.
Eventually, the entire city is put under a strict curfew. They must stay inside until they are told otherwise. With nothing else to do, the residents of Ramallah that still have power go to turn on the news to understand what is happening. But there's something wrong.
War against Iraq. Meanwhile, US.
This time, there is no news. Instead, graphic videos of adult films are playing on repeat. Why in the world should one do such a thing? One woman says. It turns out multiple TV stations in Ramallah were hijacked early in the day by Israeli forces. They have been programmed to play adult films continuously. One witness says, "I have 6 children at home. They have nowhere to go with what is going on here and can't even watch TV. It's not healthy, really. I think the Israelis want to mess with our young men's heads." Another says, "We are desperate for news and constantly flipping channels and get these terrible pictures instead." These videos were playing for 2 days straight. Another station that played children's cartoons and emergency messages had its broadcasting equipment destroyed, only furthering the disconnect between dreams and reality for the young population. When whispers of this came out, an Israeli official quickly denied it, claiming, quote, "The Israeli security forces have no interest in putting pornographic and racist movies on Palestinian television." He would later go on to blame Arafat for this entire situation. But ignoring the disputes between the two sides, there was one underlying question that came from it. Why would they do this? At first it might sound random and even childish, but broadcasting adult films wasn't a joke. It was actually a weapon. In the deeply religious Palestinian society, sexual content is deeply forbidden. Airing it on family television wasn't just inappropriate, it was humiliating. It was meant to shock, disgust, and erode morale. It told the population that we control you and we can do what we want. And that's what made it so powerful. Adult content has always been a tool of psychological influence. It bypasses logic, it hits straight at the brain's reward system, flooding it with dopamine and shame all at once. Israel had successfully weaponized that duality. But this begs another question. If this was used as psychological warfare all the way back in 2002, how does it relate to society now? Here's the uncomfortable part. Today, it doesn't take a government to pull that off. In modern culture, adult content has become the default background noise of the internet. It's not broadcasted by soldiers, but by algorithms targeting you the same way propaganda does. Constant stimulation and constant exposure. The difference is, now the audience has volunteered. Children are growing up with their minds hardwired by what used to be used as a weapon. Desire has become data, addiction has become an industry, and it makes you wonder, maybe the war for the mind never ended. It just got better at hiding itself.
I feel like I actually know who that is.
Who?
Isn't that the girl that does OnlyFans?